Good morning. Uh, Today is October 10th, 2022, and um, I am dedicating uh, today's uh, today's sharing uh, with you because 49 years ago today, my father passed away, and my father had a tremendous impact on my life, and I wanted to share a few of the experiences with you. The experience that I remember vividly, I was about 6 or 7 years old, and my father was running for 11th Ward councilman in Canton, Ohio, where it's my hometown, and I went to every single house in the precinct where Dad was running for councilman, and I gave folks this card. Actually, this is a copy of a card that I gave them, and asked folks to vote for my father. And my efforts didn't work very well because Dad lost that election by at least a 2-to-1 margin. I guess we picked the wrong precinct to try to get elected. But at any rate, that was an early experience I had in my life, and also when I was very young, that age and older, my father was my basketball coach and my baseball coach for a couple years, and uh, he uh, drove me uh, so hard. I had to excel. He didn't give me an option, and obviously it was a great experience. And then he was my Sunday school teacher for 2 years, and of course I had to excel in the classroom. He worked me doubly hard, but I guess I guess it worked out all right. But the thing that I shared most with my father, was it was unbelievable, incredible that we were able to share the experience because I was 24 when he died at the age of 58. Uh, but uh, in the last year, one of the last face-to-face conversations we had, I had just uh, written a master's thesis, and I was home, and so he said to me, "Now what are you going to do?" And he said, "Why don't you go to law school?" He didn't say it in those words. Actually, he said it in some words that I had never heard before that time ever from my father. And uh, I looked at him, I said, "You're really angry with me, aren't you?" Anyways, he, being a father, he went into the house and he started doing some research. And the next morning after that conversation, he connected with a man who was uh, publishing. My father's publication was called the Stark Jewish News. Uh, he bought it when I was a senior in high school, and I was very fortunate that I was able to go with him and listen to the buying and selling of a business. It was very early in my in that in that part of my career, and so it was a wonderful experience. And um, he went in the house after we had that conversation, and he located a another Jewish publication in Charlotte, North Carolina, and he got on the phone with Mr. Blumenthal, and that was in the morning. And in the afternoon, and when I came home, my dad said, "You need to call Mr. Blumenthal right away." So I called Mr. Blumenthal, and we spoke for not that long. And he said, "I want you down here tomorrow morning in Charlotte." And it was a, I don't know, a couple hour plane ride back in those days. So I went down and I left North Carolina. I left Charlotte that day with a job, with an opportunity to publish. Well, Mr. Blumenthal was the money man. He didn't get involved in the operation at all. So I established all the policy. That I was a I was a two-person operations. So I did all the magazine stuff, uh, and I had a graphic designer who worked with me. Well, then my father and I were in the same business, doing the same thing, just in different markets. Uh, and then I was really uh, proud uh, that I did something, and my timing was pretty good because Dad. Well, actually, he lived for about 6 months after this. Um, when I was in North Carolina, I created that. This is the cover. This is it's mounted on some wood. This was the cover, which was a stained glass window representing the Hanukkah holiday in the Jewish religion. And they were stained glass windows at Temple Israel on 25th Street in Canton, that's where I grew up. Well, I wanted to use that as my cover in North Carolina, and I did. And I called Dad up and I said, "Dad, do you want to um, use that for your cover in Canton? I've got all the expensive stuff that we've created already. I'll just send it to you, and you can print the cover." And he did. So that Hanukkah year, my father and I published the same cover in two different markets, and uh, he had a lot of friends, and some of the things that I've shared today uh, uh, are because folks who follow me. I have folks who will follow me from my in my hometown of Canton from 60 years ago, 65 years ago. And so some of the things I said, folks will identify with my father because a lot of folks knew him. So the last paragraph, last couple sentences that I put in my Facebook posting today was that now I know that he and Mom are partying, and with my grandfather and grandmother, the four of them did a lot of partying. Uh, that uh, Dad waited for Mom for well 48 years. 48 years, so they're having a good time. Uh, moving on, with Dad. Uh, Obviously, I think a lot about you, and you would really enjoy uh, your grandsons, Jordan and Sam, and your your granddaughters, Kimberly and Sarah, I did that in reverse order. And your five great grandchildren are the most precious human beings. I've got good information on that. So moving on, I wanted to share a. I wanted to share. I wanted to sit back in my seat. I wanted to share an update on my the most exciting publishing producing project integrated that I have ever done. It is amazing how many moving pieces there are uh, to this whole thing, and the interesting thing is that it seems like more moving pieces are being created every day. But uh, obviously, I've been celebrating business for a long time. Early in my life, with my grandfather and my father, and having businesses. Uh, and when I have had so many wonderful experiences with businesses, small ones and very, very large ones over the years. And uh, I'm having so much fun putting together Celebrate Business. Well, I have a website, celebratebusiness.us, that you'll get the whole story there. Um, and we are actively looking for 41,683 co publishers, producers, and host sponsors, because our objective is to put a storybook. This is my storybook postcard storybook. This is the one that I created for myself several years ago and tested doing different things with it. This QR code takes you to my legacy site, my legacy story dot site. It is where I've been trying to have all the videos and writings and things that we're doing at there. So you can go to that site and take a look at it if you'd like. But I want to put a zip code unique postcard so that the individuals who uh, produce and publish and host with me, they will have their message, whatever is happening in their zip code. Um, will be there. And then the concept is that then they will work together and find 10 other businesses in that zip code, and they'll each have a QR code like that on the card. And so there will be 11 stories told from the back of the card, hence a storyboard. It goes to a web landing page. You are uh, watching this video while you're watching it in a YouTube studio, but you got to that probably uh, by going to davidfleopold.com, which is my one of my 20 web landing pages, and that's a web landing page. So that's what the project is. So we tell video and writing stories about businesses. And if, not if, when 11 stories times 41,683 zip codes are told, that's a lot of stories. And that would be a fun project to publish and produce. So I invite you to go to celebratebusiness.us, see what it's all about. Uh, if you want to communicate with me, at the bottom of the fold on the page where you'll be, there's a contact me. You want to set up a video chat, and I am going to be doing a tremendous amount of video chatting for until I can't do it anymore. So thank you for your time today. Below there are um, three videos, friends of mine. Uh, Back then, when we did it, we were not celebrating bit. Wow, we have celebrated business together, but that was not the theme of the videos below back then. And we are about ready to change the videos because I've been doing some more and put them together. They'll be up there, and I'm waiting to hear from one of them for a date. So come back, and the videos will change as we create new videos, and we'll try to create as many videos as we possibly can. Have yourself a very wonderful day, and we will see you very soon.